Hello everybody, it's Foo here, and today I'm going to be doing an experiment video. We're going to be looking at whether male Salandit and male Combi can use the Eviolite item. Now, obviously this item works for Pokemon that have the ability to evolve. It boosts their defenses. What we want to see is whether that works for the male Salandit and Combi. Salandit and Combi are interesting because they are able to evolve, Salandit into Salazzle, Combi into Vespiquen, but only the females can evolve. The males can't actually evolve. So I want to know whether the Eviolite works for them or not. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see if we can boost their defenses. These Pokemon generally aren't going to be Pokemon to use the Eviolite, but it's just an interesting experiment to see how this works in-game. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to go for a full swipe onto my Salandit to see how much damage we're doing, and then we're going to see how much damage it does with the Eviolite. So full swipe is quite weak, and my Salandit can easily take that hit. So it's doing, how much did that do? 38 damage, I think? I think that did 38 damage, which what we can do now is my Gallade is actually holding the Eviolite. We can trick this onto my Salandit, and then we can see if the follow-up full swipe does more damage or not. So that's what we'll do right here. Yeah, the last one did 38 damage. Next turn, we will be able to see if the Eviolite is working for Salandit. Now, this was suggested to me in my comment section. I was really interested by this suggestion. If you've got any questions that you want answered in the game, then please let me know in the comment section below, because I do take suggestions and I'd love to see what you guys are wondering. So now I'm just going to go for another full swipe to see if it does less than 38 damage. It probably has to do significantly less, not just a little bit less. So let's see how much this does. So that did 26 damage. So that's definitely a lot less than 38. That means Eviolite is working for this little dude, even though he will never be able to evolve in his entire lifetime. So that's pretty interesting. Now, just to prove that concept, what I'm going to do is test this again with my Combi. So what we'll do here, because my Combi doesn't have the Eviolite, we'll see how much we're doing with the full swipe right now. So that did a total of 43. So that did a little bit more to my Combi. And now what we're going to do, we're going to have to take the Eviolite back from my Salandit, so bear with me, and then give it to the Combi and then go for another full swipe and see how that turns out. But we can see that Salandit is able to use the Eviolite, which is really interesting. I've done a similar experiment with this in the past where I tested how it worked out with Ash Hat Pikachu, the special event Pikachu that wears the Ash Hat. What's interesting about that one is it's not able to evolve into Raichu. I don't know what it is with that hat, but it means that if you try to use a Thunderstone on that Pikachu, it can't evolve. And that Pikachu actually, it doesn't benefit from the Eviolite, but it can't evolve, which makes sense. But it's just a different form and it can't evolve. So I thought that that was quite interesting, and I wasn't sure if the Eviolite was going to work in this instance, but apparently it does. We're going to just test it with Respecters, the little bee, and see what happens there. So this is the last proof of concept, just to make sure that it works for both Salandit and the Combi, and just to make sure that they're not different. I don't see that they would be, but then, as I say, the Pikachu was different. So let's see how much the full swipe is doing this time. We're on 94. It's done 43 last time. So we'll see if the full swipe does any less damage. And 43, that is 29 damage. So yes, it definitely does less. And Combi, poor Combi, can't even take out this Gallade with a Gust, which is super effective. I mean, it's not a very strong attack, but still, it's super effective. Combi is so weak. You'll probably never see a Combi used in competitive Pokemon. You might see a Salandit used. It's unlikely, but you might. But you now know that if you want to, you can use a Eviolite even if it's a male of that type. So there you go, just a quick experiment. Thought it was an interesting one. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Foo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.